Hi there. I am ready to finish up the third segment on my fourth wallpaper page, journal page, altered book journal page, and that would be this page. Now I have a nice background going on here and it is nice and dry, but I have some more that I want to do to this page. So what I have out, I'm going to start on this side first. Let's see if I can get it centered enough. I have some big chunky letters, and I have a gelato, and I chose a gelato, a black gelato, if I can get the cap off of it here, because I want to stick with my same colors, gold, black, and this dark blue. I may go to a little bit lighter blue, but if I use blue on this page, it'll be in this same color family. So I've chosen these big chunky letters. And what I'm going to do is place them here up at the top. For right now, I'm just going to do the word the. And I'm going to do it right here. And I'm going to outline these letters with my black gelato. Then I'm going to come in and paint the inside of that outline with this new medium that I've been playing with, the screen printing ink, this gold screen printing ink. And it just depends on the effect. I'm not sure what the effect is going to be. I need a pretty thick outline here. And I'm just going to, I want to see how the gelato works. In fact, let's see, I have here, let me reach down and get them. I have some of these Portfolio oil pastels. I do not want to use my Faber-Castell over this ink because I found out that it will, I think I'm going to use my oil pastel marker. That'll save on my gelato. This ink seems to react with the felt tip pens and it seems to dry them out. And I don't want to ruin my pens. So I'm just going to outline these words across here. And I want a fairly thick outline so that you can actually see that it's a word. Okay, I start out by painting with these big chunky letters the word the. And what I'm doing is I'm using my oil pastel to trace around the letters, and then once I get a sense of where the letter should be, I go back in and paint it with this gold screen printing ink. It adds a really nice effect to the page. The black oil pastel allows some of the background to show through, but yet it frames the letters enough that they show up on the page. And as you can see, I am painting in the words The.Meri.Atelier. And I really apologize for that lamp pole on the side there. I didn't realize that was in the frame. That will disappear after Mary is finished. On the word Mary is finished, it'll disappear. I'm decided where I want the word atelier to display down at the bottom, and I'm doing the same thing down at the bottom, tracing around the letter with my black oil pastel, and it smudges in just enough to allow the background to show through. But when I paint the letter with that gorgeous gold screen printing ink that I've fallen completely in love with, those letters just really pop on the page. In fact, I cannot imagine this page without these letters now. Okay, all my letters are painted, and I actually let them dry. And the next thing I do is I have this little tool that I made out of a grocery card, and I'm putting fake stitch marks, a running stitch around each one of those letters. Just adds a little bit of decorative doodling to the page, and I think it enhances the letters. I think they look a little bit more dimensional. And they really start looking like they belong on the page now, rather than just being thrown there. This actually took me a pretty long time to do. When I fast forward it, it looks like it happens in a couple seconds. I guarantee you it does not happen in a couple of seconds. Okay, the next thing I'm doing, I have a package of old CD labels, and I'm drawing some sunflower designs on these CD labels. Now these that I make, I end up not using. The first two I make just to get a sense of how they look, and then the last two that I put a lot of detail in, I like them, but they're almost too stylized for this page. So even though I do put them on CDs, you'll see me actually put them on CDs, I end up not using them. So I get out my other two labels where I basically scribbled on, and I decide that I'm going to paint over all those scribbles. And when I do that and use the same technique that I used on the flowers on the page, I get exactly what I want out of the mess. And this time I am using some vintage black. I like how it dries. I'm going to have to get some more of that. It's not an enamel, but it's not a metallic either. It's just a very nice paint. And you'll see that I use my tissue there to blot it out, because this is going to be on a label, and I don't want it to be two-dimensional, because I'm going to be putting it into my computer. So it is an ink. The screen printing ink is an ink, and the vintage is a paint. So I think it's all flat enough after I blot it down that it just looks like a printed label. And it's very much in the style of the flowers that are already on my page. Touch them up with some gold, of course. I think that Claudia Rossi's pink is becoming, my gold is becoming as likable to me as her pink is to her. If that's the right way to say it. Now I'm making my clear acetate windows. I wasn't sure how these were going to turn out. I make a paper template and just follow those as a guideline, and I really do like how they turn out. I'll probably be making more of those for more of my art journals. And I'm just clipping off the window there. Making a little slit in it and putting score tape on it. On one of these I get a hair on the score tape and I have to remove the entire score tape and put another piece on, but it works out in the long run. I make both of them at one time. I'm putting two windows on my, and I try to make them gusseted by leaving a little 1/2 inch flap in the center there, and that works for me. And the reason that I chose the clear acetate is that you can see through them. You can see the designs on the page. I haven't completely covered up my background. And here I'm placing them in there. Now, are you guessing the secret to this page? I put the labels on both of the CDs, and on these CDs I'm going to record all the videos that I uploaded to YouTube of me making this wallpaper art journal. That is the big secret. And I would encourage other YouTube artists to do this with their art journals, with whatever they can, their recordable media. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me create this page, and if you have, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next page.